You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your...
And I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground alongside others.
And they get attacked. And you know, I've always found about the British, they don't need much help. They can take care of themselves very well. You know what? No, it sounds like it's evasive, but it's not evasive. You know, the British have been incredible soldiers, incredible military, and they can take care of themselves. But if they need help, I'll always be with the British, okay? I'll always be with them. But they don't need help. You look at their...
Keir Starmer's recent visit to the United States has placed him in the company of two of the most influential figures in global politics: former US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. This high-profile meeting sheds light on the complex dynamics shaping international relations, particularly in the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. While Starmer's visit was intended to reinforce the UK's commitment to Ukraine, it has also raised important questions about Britain's long-term strategy, its global positioning, and how it measures up against other leaders on the world stage. Starmer's firm support for Ukraine remains at the heart of his foreign policy. He has consistently backed military aid, humanitarian assistance, and diplomatic efforts aimed at sustaining Ukraine's resistance against Russian aggression. His stance reflects a broader Western commitment to standing by Kyiv in its fight for sovereignty. However, this unwavering support has sparked debate, particularly regarding the financial and strategic implications for Britain. With the UK facing economic uncertainty and domestic challenges, many are questioning whether Starmer's approach is sustainable in the long run. One of the most controversial aspects of Starmer's visit was his openness to the possibility of committing British troops to Ukraine. Although the details of this proposal remain vague, even the suggestion of direct military involvement has caused alarm. Critics argue that such a move could escalate tensions and drag Britain into a prolonged conflict with no clear resolution. Unlike Starmer, other world leaders, including Trump, have signalled a willingness to push for peace talks rather than deeper military entanglement. Beyond the Ukraine issue, Starmer's visit to the US also touched upon broader UK-US relations. One of the standout moments was when a letter from King Charles III was presented to Trump, inviting him for a second state visit to the UK. This unprecedented invitation underscores the strength of the transatlantic alliance.
You're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me...
highlighting his belief in Britain's military strength, while subtly suggesting that Starmer may not be as assertive as past UK leaders. Another key moment came when Trump praised Brexit, a move that Starmer had previously opposed. Trump's endorsement of Brexit as a means of securing better trade deals stood in contrast to Starmer's recent attempts to rebuild ties with the European Union. This divergence in opinion reflects the broader ideological gap between the two leaders. While Trump champions nationalism and economic independence, Starmer leans toward a more cooperative, alliance-driven approach. Starmer's leadership is increasingly coming under scrutiny, particularly regarding his ability to navigate complex international challenges. While he presents himself as a principled leader dedicated to upholding democratic values, critics argue that his policies lack strategic foresight. His commitment to Ukraine is admirable, but his reluctance to explore alternative solutions, such as diplomatic negotiations, raises concerns about whether he is taking the most effective approach. By contrast, Trump's leadership style, while controversial, is undeniably assertive. His ability to engage directly with world leaders, challenge prevailing narratives, and push for practical solutions has defined his approach to international politics. While some view him as overly aggressive, others see his boldness as a necessary quality in today's turbulent geopolitical landscape. The broader question remains: what is the best course of action for the UK moving forward? Should it continue its unwavering support for Ukraine, even as the war drags on with no clear end in sight? Or should it adopt a more pragmatic approach, one that prioritizes diplomacy over prolonged military engagement? With the war in Ukraine showing no signs of immediate resolution, the stakes have never been higher. Whether Starmer chooses to follow the established path or embrace a more strategic, results-driven approach remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the choices he makes now will have a lasting impact on Britain's role in global affairs.